Hey, this is Chris and Lamb of God. You're watching Rock and Metal News.
Hey guys, this is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News with a Rock and Metal News CD review of the new Dream Theater self-titled album. The new album will be out on September the 24th in North America, and they have had it streaming online, so you can check it out. Check out the link in the description. It should be up for a limited time, so try to check it out as quick as you can. Very anticipated album. This album here is the first with Mike Mangini actually contributing to the writing process and creativity of the album. The other one, Petrucci had the the drums all programmed in, and Mike basically played to what he had programmed and didn't get to contribute a lot of his creativity and things like that to it. And this one he did. Man, to start off with this album, what an amazing, huge sound this album has. This album here is so coherent of an album. You can just tell the guys they were just writing from the same place, man, right from the soul, I'll tell you on this one. I was just so impressed. I just want to kind of give you an overview of the album in general, and then I can maybe talk about some of the tracks, but the sounds on this album are amazing. There's like orchestral arrangements on this album, just really interesting synth sounds that you hear sometimes in Dream Theater, but I mean they just used everything in this album. It just had a huge sound, and they don't miss. I know there's a lot of Portnoy fans, and I'm a Portnoy fan, but I'll tell you, Mike Mangini has definitely filled his boots. They do not miss Portnoy at all after you listen to this album. I mean, Mike is just as comparable as a drummer as Portnoy is. Just an amazing album overall. It starts off with the song "False Awakening Suite." It's 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and it's got basically 3 parts in it. But it just has a huge sound. It's so cinematic when this thing opens. It's like you're watching a movie intro. You could just see the picture, the Imperial Army lining up as they're playing this song. It's got some cool, just a great intro. Mangini's drumming just stands out. The keys and the synth sounds and just amazing for a 2 minute and 42 second song. It's just absolutely amazing intro to this album. It gets into then The Enemy Inside. That one there was their first single that they released, and it's just, a great song. It's got the great guitar riffing in it, super cool riff, great drumming in it, vocals are great, catchy chorus. It's got some nice key sounds, great song structure in it, very interesting solo. The first song that really kicks the album off is amazing. The Enemy Inside, which is sort of the first after the instrumental. Then it goes into The Looking Glass. This one here has an unreal, just a huge, big progressive sound. Reminds me almost of a Rush feel. I might mention some other bands, but it just what it does is just gives you the feel of maybe what type of music they're playing. It just for some reason has a Rush type of dynamics to it. Just interesting drum patterns. The keys and guitar really fit in nice together. Just super tight. Has some nice double kick patterns in it. A great solo with the bass holding down the groove. There's a part in the song where the bass is just really holding down the groove, and Petrucci is just soloing over top of it, and it's just an amazing song. Another great song. Number 4 is Enigma Machine. That is an instrumental. This one here, it starts off with some real heavy guitar chords crashing in with some nice scales. They kind of do the super tight scale run where the drums and the guitar and the bass are all following the scales and the keys as well. Some cool effects used in this track. Really nice tight feel and just a real interesting pattern changes in it. Some real nice keyboard runs and sort of a keyboard kind of solo in it. Every instrument is highlighted in this, and there's just some great tempo changes in it. Another great song. The next song is called The Bigger Picture. This one here has piano and vocals in it, so it's just very nice and mellow piano and some vocals, very tasteful guitar licks behind it. It sounds great. This song just goes right to your soul. There's so much feeling in the song. It's amazing. The song does speed up a bit in the chorus, and there's some amazing drum fills in it. Excellent lyrics, but the song just has absolutely so much feeling in it. It's just an amazing song. You can really see how these songs, they're not really putting it out, I don't believe, as a concept album, but everything just flows really nicely together in it. The next song is called Behind the Veil. This one swells in with some really nice keys and synth sounds. It has some amazing arrangements in it. It's like almost like you're listening to an orchestra. The drums kick in really heavy. It has a real nice impact from sort of the low keyboard sound. Just super heavy drums crash in. It's got some nice changes. You know how they do some instrumental before the vocals actually kick in. So there's a whole bunch of different changes before the vocals kick in, and the song has just a really nice killer groove to it. Great song. Number 7 is Surrender to Reason. This one here has some nice acoustic guitar in it, some great vocals again. The guitar sound in it almost has a real bluesy feel to it. There's a bunch of different guitar riffs in it, but some of them have this real neat bluesy feel. Myung wrote the lyrics in this song, and Mangini, he always keeps everything interesting. I mean, even if the song, the other guys are going kind of simple, he's always playing on the ride and the hi-hat, making some really cool beats and some nice patterns on the ride. It's some really cool double kick patterns in this one. Petrucci adds some really nice guitar melodies in this, not super fast, but just really nice melodies, and it's got a really cool organ sound. It's tough to talk about the Dream Theater stuff. It's just they're just so great musicians. They just do everything. They're just the bass and guitar just really shine again in this song. Another great song. The next one is 8 Along for the Ride. This one here is a ballad. They released this one as the second single. It fits in great with the album. It adds a lot of dynamics to the whole album. This song is very effective. Great lyrics. It has that Emerson, Lake and Palmer type of keyboard sound in it. Some people like it. I think it fits in great. He just really experimented with a lot of keyboard and synth sounds in this album. Great vocals, some nice bass work underneath the synth, and a catchy chorus on that. Just a great song. Number 9 is Illumination Theory. They break this song into 5 parts. The song is 22 minutes and 17 seconds. You could actually take this song itself and it would be good enough to be an album. It's got everything that you need from Dream Theater in these 22 minutes. They break it down into Paradoxe de la Lumière, Noire, Live, Die, Kill, The Embracing Circle, The Pursuit of Truth, and Surrender, Trust, and Passion. That's how they kind of break the song up because it's so long. This one has a huge sound. It almost sounds, again, very cinematic, like you're in this watching some kind of a movie or play going on with just a huge orchestral sound. He's got some really cool old school bluesy riffs in there for Petrucci. Nice double kicks all through this. Great tempo changes through this whole suite. Takes they play a bunch of instrumentals before the vocals kick in again. It's got piano, nice staccato areas in this, tons of different sounds, tons of different tempo changes. Reminds me a lot of some old Yes, even some Steve Howe guitar in this. It's dynamic, it's got everything, it's spacey, it's got a new age feel, it's progressive. Just an amazing song. I'm sure that this one here you'll only be able to get if you buy the album on iTunes. You won't probably be able to buy this one singular because it's such a long song. But overall, let me say this album here is going to, I think, rank up in some of the best of this year. It just has lived up to its expectation. These guys are absolutely phenomenal writers, phenomenal musicians. Mangini is just perfect. This album has so much feel to it. It's just so coherent. It's just an amazing album, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. Dream Theater fans, for sure. It's a no-brainer. People that are on and off to Dream Theater, I'll tell you, if you're a musician, you got to love this one, but I'll definitely recommend it. 2 thumbs up on this one. This is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News. Pick up the new Dream Theater. It's out September the 24th. Thanks for tuning in.